Hello, everyone. I am so glad you guys could all be here with me today. I am so glad you all are here. Hello to the amazing mods. Hello to all of you in the chat. I hope you all got your flower sprinkles that resemble golden pubes. I hope you got your banana peels. I hope you spread your butt cheeks and sprayed your Elizabeth Arden cream all over to make it moist because we need to talk about this. Ugh. First of all, I hate the word moist. I'm not a fan of that word. So, my apologies to anyone who I have already offended within 2 minutes of not even a minute and 30 seconds of this live. Hello, everyone. As you are coming in, make sure you say hello to the mods, hit that like button because, well, I know you guys are chit-chatting, so your fingers do work, and the little like button's right there, so you might as well just click on it. I hate Elizabeth Arden cream, thanks to Harry. I know. Harry has ruined everything Elizabeth Arden for me. And yeah, I think my mom used to have some Elizabeth Arden creams when I was younger, and I just can't even look at it the same. If I were the company behind Elizabeth Arden, I would have sued Harry. I would have been like, you have destroyed our profits. But I think their profits actually went up, didn't they? A bit? I don't know. I wouldn't want a Todger cream. That would have been hilarious if they did release a Todger cream. That would have been funny. A pre-shaved Todger cream for men to get those men testicles smooth as eggs. You know, just for them fun times. Not that Harry would know what testicles are like since he lost his like years and years ago. Hello, Katie, Candy Fund, and Mascot Monster Treat Fund Girl. I made sure I stayed away from the candy before this live because I was talking a mile a minute. My brain was going too fast, and I was on a wild sugar high. That sugar high was crazy. Hi, John. How are you doing? John says, Molly, Frank the Wonder Beagle says hi, and he listens to your show. Oh, well, tell Frank I say hello. And let me see if I can change this really quick and get Monster to say hello. Hello. Here we go. I've got Monster as the avatar real quick. He says hello to all you all as well. He is right now laying in his little bed, just, living that diva life, hanging out, chilling, just being the dog that he is, just living that good life. So we need to get into a couple things here, my darlings, because, well, Tweedledee and Tweedledum want us to believe this sad, pathetic love story that they are trying to peddle. They are trying to claim that they are the most loving couple and they are on a honeymoon and they are so much in love. No, this does not look like a couple that is in love. First of all, this looks like a woman who is trying to keep a distance between herself and the man she calls her husband. Because, if a woman was in love, her hands would probably be grabbing onto his shirt, holding him close. And it just seems like her hand is just laying on him. This stupid over the top laugh that she does is so pathetic. We all know that these two have probably not done the horizontal lambada in at least maybe a couple years now, more than that. That is just my speculation. But this is just, I don't know, has her arm gotten longer? No, I think it's because she has lost quite a bit of weight. She has no definition. She's not doing any like weight training to build up some muscles or anything in her arms. They're starting to look very like praying mantis like. I mean, let me pull up a photo just to give you guys the image what I see in my head when I see this photo. Hold on. Do. Let me show you. Like when I see these photos of Meghan Markle, this is honestly what goes into my head right away. This is all I think about. Let me show you real quick. Stretch Armstrong. That's funny. And the thing is that if you have big hands, when you lose weight, your hands look a lot bigger too. Like your fingers look bigger. Like, look, that's it. It's the same arms. Looks the same, right? Just imagine that holding on to Harry. It's the same exact thing. Exactly the same. Literally. That's all I think about. That's it. It's literally a praying mantis arms. That's what whenever I see Meghan and her photos and her outfits, this is the image that I see. And I'm like, could you imagine a praying mantis wearing an off the shoulder Diana revenge dress kind of style outfit? I mean, it just this is just what I see. And I'm not trying to like body shame or anything, but I feel like with this whole Ozempic culture going on, there are some women, especially maybe like white women, and Megan classifies as a white woman, they need a little bit of more weight on their body because it just gives them that fullness. Some people, when they lose too much weight, their face starts to look a bit more sunken. It looks a little bit more drawn out, kind of horsey like "Yee!" Especially with Megan's face. Like, it's wild with the way her face is, and then those long, scraggly extensions she likes to wear. It literally looks like a horse's ass. I can't help it. This is the picture, the imagery that I get in my head when I look at Meghan Markle and her ponytails or her long hair. And now that she's gotten thinner and her ski slope nose is much more pronounced because of the weight loss, it's just given horse. And those dentures she likes to wear. It's given full horse. Like, nee, you look like you should be hanging out in the stables with like the other horses named Speedy and Mildred. No offense to anyone named Mildred out there. It's already a mess, isn't it? It's already a mess. I'm sorry. I said I would be nicer today. I just can't help being honest. I just can't help it. Let me show you. Oh dear. With love, Meghan. I wasn't expecting on talking about this, but I just can't help myself. It literally, like with her long hair and ponytails, it is very much giving horsey. I don't know, just my opinion. Especially when she has those tendrils hanging out in the front, then you just feel like it just looks, I don't know. It just really looks like a horsey look. My opinion. My opinion. My opinion. My complete opinion. But what I wanted to get to here we go. Because yesterday, you guys know that Catherine released a beautiful video. If you guys didn't see it, go to my community tab on YouTube, and I put a link there also. And Catherine released a beautiful photo about mental health and Mother Nature, and it was just gorgeous. Like, there was so much imagery, just so much beauty in the video. And then we had Meghan release a photo of herself in the bushes with her raggedy ponytail. And see, it literally looks like, no offense to horses, because some of them do have amazing manes and they do have great tails. This is scraggly. This is gross. This looks like, yeah, I don't know. So yesterday, after when Catherine released that beautiful video, Meghan had to release a picture of herself in the bushes. And I think she did that because, it took her back to the days of when she was courting Harry and they went to Botswana on their third date. And despite them being in luxury camping tents with working toilets, with full plumbing and sinks and everything, Meghan decided, as he wrote in his book called Spare, he wrote that Meghan decided to go out into the bushes and pop a squat in there and piss all over the ground in Africa instead of just using the toilet that had full plumbing in their tent. But I don't know. Maybe this woman has a thing for golden showers. I don't know. Honesty and truth. Thank you. Says keep the love. No need, dignity, and respect. Look, Harry and Meghan are faking this whole love thing that they have. There is no love between them, but we do see the love between William and Catherine. And what Meghan and Harry are trying to do, and this is why I decided to have this little bit of a petty stream, is that while Meghan and Harry are trying to flood the internet with, oh, look, we are in love. We love each other. We love hanging off each of one another. We are so hot for one another. Well, no, first of all, you're not. Let me remind you all of the nightmare disasters, the PR horrendous tragedies that these two Montecito morons are going through. Let me remind you all what Harry said in this car crash interview with the BBC, which now I have put him definitely in the same I don't know, category as Prince Andrew and doing car crash BBC interviews. You moron. Let's watch this.
I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe it. I thought with all the disagreements and all of the chaos that's happening, the one thing that I could rely on is my family keeping me safe.
This stupid idiot, hold on a second, because I got to go off here. This idiot, think about it, with all the chaos and everything that is going on is because of you. You caused that chaos, ginger nuts. And as someone else in the chat mentioned previously, notice how with the BBC interview, they kind of blurred the top of his hair to make him look like he's not so balding, that you can't see his balding top, even though he was making fun of William's baldy top. He is actually struggling to hold on to the strands on top of his head. Funny how that works out, huh? Interesting. But then we have this one too.
And how does that make you feel, given you have expressed numerous times that you do not want history to repeat itself?
Yeah, I don't want history to repeat itself.
He's an idiot. Harry, you are a moron. You are a moron because, number one, you left. You married a talentless, raggedy trollop who has somehow convinced you that history is going to repeat itself with her because she is so obsessed with your deceased mother, and the fact that you are an emotionally stunted, moronic man baby who hasn't matured past the age of, I don't know, 6. She can easily manipulate you in her sleep. She has led you to believe that something is going to happen to her if you guys don't have security. And yet she dragged you all the way to Nigeria. She dragged you all the way to Colombia. She sent you to the no-go zone in Kaduna State when you guys were in Nigeria. Funny how Meghan wouldn't go to that, but she sent you, the blood prince, out to a no-go zone where Nigerians were warned not to go because of kidnappings, because of murders that were going on there. And you are a blood prince of the UK. You freaking doofus. You went to Jamaica. Thank you, Lizzie. He went to UK. I'm still trying to find out, how did Harry get into Ukraine? Because they're like, how? Who gave him the okay to fly into there? That's what I want to know. He totally is a knobhead. He is a complete prick. He decided to leave, and he has been the only one constantly attacking his family. Every time Meghan opens her mouth and vomits out some kind of word salad diarrhea, there is some kind of way she is making a dig at the royal family. She always does in every single one of her podcasts. I will not let down the fact that Meghan had the nerve, and I made a video about this. I mentioned it in a live before. Meghan had the nerve that dating Harry was like being in the trenches. Really? Marrying a prince, having a house paid for by taxpayers, living on palace grounds, being carted around in bulletproof Range Rovers, having 13 first-class flights wherever you wanted to go, despite lying and claiming that you got your passport taken away, that you were locked up, you couldn't do anything, you lied that you never had a voice, despite you haven't shut the fuck up since Harry claimed you publicly. Seriously. These two idiots, someone needs to smack the reality into them. And I don't know why Charles isn't doing this, but I am here to remind everyone that despite Harry and Meghan are trying to claim that they are all lovey-dovey, I'm going to remind you guys of all of the shit that they have been going through and what they have done. And we shouldn't let go of this, and we should keep it at the forefront. Let me keep going here.
I think there's a lot of other people out there, the majority, that also don't want history to repeat itself. Through the disclosure process, I've discovered that some people want history to repeat itself, which is pretty dark.
What disclosure process? Who? Name, give me the names. Name them. What was it? If anyone watches The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they'll know Sutton Strack when she said, name them, Kyle, name them. I want names.
That's quite a statement. Who do you think that is?
I'm not going to share it at this point. I know.
I'm not going to share it at this point because there is no names. Do you see how he is doing the same exact script that Meghan used during the Oprah interview when they sat down with Oprah and they claimed that Catherine said something to make her cry, but then she didn't want to share it because it would be hurtful, or there was someone who was racist. And they've made so many bullshit accusations and not a speck of proof ever. Never, ever have they ever shown any proof of anything. All they do is just vomit out whatever nonsense. Even look at Harry. He's looking to the side. So you can tell that he is being disingenuous, completely disingenuous. Anne Houghton, remember, he said that he had deleted over 400 pages that the lawyers wouldn't allow in his first book. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to put out another book. If he does put out another book, I say do it. I welcome it. You're just digging your grave further into the hole and showing the world how much of a cuckold you are. Meghan owns those balls, Harry. You don't. You are Meghan's bitch now. I wonder if he ever wishes that he was William's spare, because at least William never put him in the background. William always had him stand shoulder to shoulder. William never treated his brother like the little bitch that he is now. But let me continue on with this.
All the names of the people that were involved in this process. And again, you have to question, why wasn't I put through the same risk management board that everybody else was put through?
Because you are not special, ginger dimwit. You are nobody special, even though you made that threat that you allegedly took out 20 whatever Taliban members or Al-Qaeda members, whatever. I don't believe it, because remember, this guy had protection while he was in combat. He never even saw a day of combat. So it absolutely irks me to the bone when he says that he has given up over 10 years of military service. No, Harry, you never did. You did, if anything, 6 weeks tops. You were playing video games, and you were never an Apache pilot. You were never anything like that. You were a gunner. You sat in the front. You didn't sit in the back. You couldn't even, let's be honest, Harry wouldn't even be able to put on his underwear the right way if someone else didn't lay it out for him. Let's be completely honest. He would probably wear the spot that is supposed to hang your balls out when you go pee, or pull out your pecker when you go pee. He probably wears it to the back and thinks that it's supposed to come out that way. This guy is a complete moron. I bet you, underwear would put on wrong if he didn't do that. He would put on his shirt wrong. Wasn't there a report a while ago that a maid of his said that he couldn't even put his dirty skivvies into the laundry basket? Disgusting. I bet you he probably doesn't even wash himself properly. Gross. Yuck. What is it with these rich people and their lack of hygiene? I don't understand this. I don't understand at all. You have to know military service. You have no kids. Just stop. I don't know who she's talking to. I don't know what's going on. But my apologies to anyone if you guys were eating. Gross. But this is Harry. He was complaining the entire time during the interview, whining about something. The most privileged guy in the world. He's Prince. But all he's been doing all this time is constantly complaining and whining and moaning completely. He is a ding dong who can't find the right door. He definitely can't. Kind of like the car ride. They are so used to playing things up like that with each other. Forgot we'd see nothing is happening. The twist of everything. It's like they're in their own little drug-addled drama, like telenova, soap opera in their own brains. That's what's going on. They think their shit doesn't stink. Yeah, definitely. And wears briefs backwards for no. I bet you he still probably wears pull-ups at nighttime. I bet you they. Susan, you're so messy. Says, when they were in NYC recently, I could smell Markle from my apartment. The stench was so bad, I had to open my windows. You poor thing. You poor thing. But while Harry and Meghan are trying to pretend like they are a lovey-dovey couple, we need to keep in the forefront that Harry has been now asked to step down from African parks because of what has been going on there. The fact that African parks did their own investigation, and guess what? There has been many atrocities going on for over 10 years. They've known about it for 10 years now. And they definitely haven't done anything. Harry was president of African Parks. He would have known about it. Now he's been quietly moved to the board of directors. He still knows about it. Right? And nothing's been done. Nothing has been done, but we're supposed to forget about it just because they post some lovey-dovey photos of one another, right? We're supposed to care. Oh, honesty and truth, thank you, says a cunning woman. Now she will have the proof that he is paranoid and she is the victim when the divorce comes. Otherwise, she would have blocked news. Honesty and truth, you are completely right. And this is what Meghan has been doing since they moved to California. From the moment they moved to California, Harry has been doing interviews on his mental health. How many sit downs has he done? From Oprah's The Me You Can't See, from their Netflix sit down, from his sit down with Tom Bradby, with Anderson Cooper, with Michael Strahan, with Hoda Kotb, with, I could just keep going. And Meghan was never by his side for any of those. And he is talking about his mental illness. He is talking about how much he used to use illegal substances to cope with his issues. He wrote a book talking and detailing his drug use. This guy, this moron, this overprivileged idiot was born into the royal family and he's always going to be protected. There is not going to be a scandal. As long as his father is around, he's not going to face the consequences of any of these scandals because so far he's had the Sentabale scandal. He's now had the African Park scandal. What else was there? There was the fact that Harry has lost his appeal and he owes the UK government 1.5 million pounds. How is he going to pay for that? That's what I want to know. Where is that money coming from? The taxpayers need their money. Chop, chop, ginger ball nuts. People need their money, okay? They're not rich like you are. And let me remind you guys, Harry never donated that money that he promised from the sale of Spare, remember, to Sentabale. So Harry and Meghan are just two dimwits who go around making false promises to people who are in underprivileged situations so that they can exploit them and appear like humanitarians. That is what's going on. It brings me right back to Harlem when Meghan wore an over $30,000 blood clot looking outfit, walking up to a school in Harlem looking like a filled out leaky menstrual pad on your day 2 of your period, okay? And went to these poor children who most of them are on a state funded welfare program, who are getting government assistance, who don't even have money for food. And Meghan promised with P&G that they would donate what was it? A washer and dryer. That school in Harlem has yet to see that washer and dryer. But don't forget, they went over to, what was that woman's restaurant not too far down the road? What was the name? I'm forgetting the name. It's skipping my head. They went down to her restaurant and they donated $25,000 to her. And not a few weeks later, even though that woman was receiving government assistance, she was receiving COVID relief funds, she was receiving PPP funds, guess what? That woman, 2 weeks later, she was in Dubai having dinner at one of those dinner in the sky events, which is super overpriced because they just stick a stupid crane on, like they stick a table on a crane and lift you into the sky, and you're stuck there for like, oh my God, 2 hours, and you're supposed to enjoy drinking and eating up in the, was it Sylvia's? Was that the name of the place? Let me look it up. Sorry. What was the name of the restaurant here? They made a $25,000 tip. The name of the place, come on, it's Melba's. There we go. Melba's was the name of the eatery. Thank you. Melba's was the name of the eatery. Yeah. They went and had some chicken and waffles there. They left a $25,000 donation for her. That woman was in Dubai not too long after that, enjoying all her riches and all her fun. An old geezer, I'm glad you enjoy the typing. I'm glad you enjoyed the little bit of, here we go, keyboard ASMR there for you guys. I mean, it would mean a lot more if Rachel donated $25,000 to the school children in Harlem. That would have gone a long way. That's what I don't understand with Harry and Meghan, is that $25,000 could have provided many lunches or breakfasts for a lot of the children for the entire school year in that area. When Harry and Meghan went to Nigeria, they could have easily donated a large portion of money, because I know that the cost of rice, which is a main staple in their diet there, is so overpriced right now due to inflation that it's even hard for them to afford rice. You are flaunting around let's say one of your bracelets, $30,000. You could have brought in $30,000 worth of rice for those people and paid off their entire years of village to worry about feeding themselves. Christine, thank you, says, loving this live. Please get Monster a treat for me. I will definitely do that, because I actually have to go to the pet store after I'm done with this live to go get him some products. So I will definitely pick up a treat from you, and I'll post a picture and share it on the community tab and say thank you very much. Yeah, Melba's in Harlem. They went there, and that hideous blood clot outfit. Let's not forget Meghan and the multiple bullying claims. Let's not forget, like, Meghan is now, after many of us have pointed out that nothing has been restocked on Ask Ever for over a month now, she pretends on the day that Catherine releases that beautiful video that, oh, there's a new restock coming. We've got Harry walking around like an addict looking for his next hit in London, ringing random doorbells, looking for people that used to live there that don't live there anymore, wrong door Harry, more like backdoor Harry, more like he was looking to give up his back door for the next hit, allegedly. That's what I was thinking. You're claiming that you are so afraid, but you're going around ringing on random doorbells trying to find someone. This gives me total druggy vibes. This is someone who was looking for substances. That's why he was okay going without his bodyguards. With no bodyguards, nothing. Yeah, Susan, you're correct. She's being sued for her toxic concoction. We definitely covered that in a live that I've done previously. Molly, are you saying the overseas wife isn't about to get a rose named after her anytime soon? Look, I'm going to show you something because I think many people forgot about this. Let me show you. Hold on. Because this is funny. And I'm always fair. I like being fair because, you know, despite I have my irks against Meghan Markle because of how much she lies, I'm going to be fair here. So back on February 2019, the Royal Horticulture Society, which is the same place that named the new Catherine flower, they had named a purple vibrant flower after Meghan Markle. And as you see, they call it a clematis Meghan. And as many of you all know, clematises are like vines. I don't know if I'm the only one that sees the shade in this. I don't like they are like vines that just grow and cling on to whatever is close to them and hold on to dear life. And yes, the flowers are beautiful. They only like flower maybe twice a year and that's it. But these are clinging vines, and I think the Royal Horticulture Society, I don't know who named this clematis after Meghan, but it is definitely, for me, I felt like it was shade towards Meghan. That's what I believe. Catherine gets a beautiful rose. Meghan got a pink purple vine that grows in your garden. And hey, yeah, I love me a good clematis, okay? But they don't last long. The flowers open and they just creep upwards and they just latch onto everything. Kind of like how Meghan Markle latches onto Harry like a vine. So I just had to mention that just to, you know, I do have my irks against Meghan due to her lying, but this is fair. And I had to point out that they did also name a flower after her, but it wasn't a rose. It was a clinging vine. That's what it was. Oh, my dear. Hudson and Say thank you says he looked like he just escaped somebody's trunk and was trying to find help. You know what I think? Like the scratch that he has on his nose, he may have been drunk and tripped and fell somewhere and like bopped his face. That's what I think. That's honestly what I believe happened. He tripped and scraped his nose and fell or did something. Who knows? But that's what I think. What's fair is fair. Yeah, I'm going to be fair because then people are going to look at me and say, well, you just pick on stupid things now because you don't like Meghan. No, that's not the thing. I wait till you smell. Look, clematises are not my favorite, okay? I'll tell you right now. Right now, my garden in the back is full of wisterias, lilacs, and some other ones, but those are my favorite, okay? I love me a good smelling flower. Especially this one that I have that only scents like it's a nice, gorgeous white flower. And at nighttime, you can really smell it at night. It smells so sweet and delicious. Oh, I love spring, summer, my favorites when everything starts blooming. Okay, so we also, let me remind you, we've got Harry complaining about security, walking around London, ringing doorbells with no protection. And then we have him showing up at the Beyonce concert, which I told you was located in Inglewood, California, which is known for it is known for being in the top 20% of crimes in America. There's also Harry and Meghan want us to forget Meghan's crappy Netflix show that no one gave a shit about. How about her crappy podcast? Is anyone paying attention to that? Nope. SNL made fun of them and dragged them through the mud the other day. We've also got Harry and Meghan pulling funding from a Muslim women's organization and Meghan using HRH. That's, yeah, I love wisteria. That's what's going on. Harry and Meghan have all of these debacles going on, but they want, what did I just do here? But they want us to forget about it because of the fact that look at us. We're loving, we're caring, we're compassionate, but we don't talk to anyone. We don't talk to our family. We don't talk to our friends. We don't care for anybody else, just ourselves. But look, we're compassionate people. Netflix should feel the heat. Netflix should feel the heat from it. And you know who else should feel the heat from it? Oh, it could be Jasmine, Pamela. You're right. It could be. Maybe I should take a photo and I'll post it up later in my community tab. But I also, you know what I also got? Got sidetracked about flowers. I also got these beautiful like hybrid lilies that don't have like the pollen in the middle. So it is absolutely like stunning. You get this beautiful smell, but there is none of that like pollen that's going to sprinkle all over the place and go all over the area. But yeah, let me get back to this because Harry and Meghan are a complete train wreck. And I thought that we should come on here and discuss the fact that, look, Harry is getting booted from African parks. He's been booted he stepped back from Sentebale. What other charities is Harry going to latch onto and basically exploit for his use to, pay for Meghan's horrendously beige outfits? I don't know. How is he going to pay for it? Or he'll be sleeping with the chickens in the doo-doo. That's all I'm saying. So just remember, Harry and Meghan, despite everything they have done, I want to remind you guys that Harry and Meghan are terrible people. They have yet to respond to African parks. Harry has yet to even acknowledge it. Harry has also lost his appeal, and the UK taxpayers want their money, Harry. You need to pay it back, stat. Okay? They've got Sentebale issues, the bullying claims through that. There's the racism claims there. There's Harry's BBC train wreck interview. There's Harry walking around London ringing doorbells with no protection, looking for his next line to snort, probably. Then there's Meghan using the HRH titles, which that needs to be stopped because you are not a royal highness. Maybe you are her royal hussy, her royal harlot, her royal... Never mind. That was probably going to... But yeah, they are overprivileged bullies. I definitely agree with you 100%. Arcel says his nose is friction burns from brown nosing Meghan. So from brown nosing Meghan or getting brown nosing Marcus when he's getting roasted chicken? I don't know. Who knows? Gentry Jade says, I feel like that whole basket with her jam, not labeled, conveniently not labeled, but signed HRH was a total planned scheme. I don't think she sent it genuinely and she wanted 100%. 100% I agree with you. She wanted the royal family to see that, hey, look, I'm still using these titles. I can do whatever I want. It's always been my opinion, and I've mentioned this before, that when Harry went and made that Sandringham agreement or whatever with the Queen to not use their titles, to not commercialize their HRH titles or commercialize their connection to the royal family. In my opinion, Harry and Meghan are the type of people that when the Queen passed away, Charles should have renewed that contract with them, because in my opinion, when the Queen died, in Harry and Meghan's mind, or in Meghan's mind, when she was at the Queen's funeral and she was seen smirking, in my mind I was thinking, oh, watch, this bitch is probably like, the Queen is dead, The Sandringham Agreement is dead. I get to commercialize and do whatever I want with these titles because that contract was with the Queen. And now that the Queen is 6 feet in the ground, I can do whatever I want. That's 100% what I believe happened. And the fact that Charles has yet to say something to this day, has yet to do anything, but in fact, honored them and allow them to have the prince and princess title, even going as far as updating it on the royal family website, has emboldened Meghan and Harry to go on and do whatever they want. Yeah, they continue to insult the Queen's memory. MW, I have a really good video that I'm going to make today, and I'm going to get on this today so I can release it like maybe in 8 hours or so, or after my little one gets home from school. Because, you know, life is so hard. I'm working so hard. And then I got to make the 2-hour trek to go and pick up my little one and do the school run and make dinner. And it's so hard being a mom. But I have a video that I want to show you that Harry he continues to insult the Queen's memory and just insult her with his actions. And you know that video that we saw him recently upload with his face looking all haggard and everything? Like, yeah, stay tuned because I'm going to show you how Harry is just showing more disrespect towards the Queen memory with that video and just uploading that. Casey is scared to be called a racist. Darling, he's already been named a racist in the books. He's already been called that many times. He's already been called a racist. She was walked down the aisle by him and she turned around and painted him as a racist. And they had their plastic faced donkey, Omid Scobie, basically confirm that he was a racist in the book. So, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that ship has definitely sailed. Like, nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares at all. But anyways, my darling, they're showing PDA now because they want us to forget about their many, many failures that I have just listed, that I will keep speaking about because nobody is buying this nonsense that these two are doing the horizontal cha-cha in bed every single night. I know, but if he takes the titles, look, if he takes the titles, people would be happy that he's actually grown a spine and done something. It's like the UK people have watched them desecrate the Queen's legacy, her memory. They've talked shit about the royal family, the whole monarchy. If you're so unhappy, you don't need to be a prince anymore. Just take it. Put the titles in abeyance. Your children, because they're prince and princess, is that why they're in danger? They need extra security? Well, here, be actual private citizens and go take care of yourself. Nobody will know who you are. Go live in the middle of buttfuck Kansas somewhere. No offense to people who live in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. And I bet you no one will know them. You know the crown princess of Japan? When she wanted to marry a commoner, she had to drop all of her titles and everything. She had to renounce everything. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Now, there was like a photo of her riding the bus in New York. I mean, Charles can easily do it, but for some odd reason, he doesn't. He is a pusser. And Sarah Gray says, clematis sounds like an STD. It definitely does, doesn't it? Clematis, chlamydia, clematis, chlamydia. Oh my goodness. Clematis. That's terrible. Anyways, my darlings, I'm going to get out of here because, yeah, I really want to make this other video about how Harry has disrespected the Queen's memory once again with his latest video. And yeah, he's a mess. He definitely is a mess. This ginger brat needs to get put in his place, and Charles needs to do something. Like I said, it shouldn't be left up to William. Yeah. It shouldn't be left up to William. William has dealt with enough in his life already. I'm British and we want our money back from the wedding and the title's gone. Definitely. I think Harry and Meghan should 100% pay you guys back for the wedding because they got that massive wedding under the pretense that they were going to be senior working royals, that they were going to be there doing their duties and helping out within the royal family. Opinion agrees with Leilani, says, true, if King Charles takes the titles, he will be accused of racism. But he's already been accused of racism. I mean, how like double racism? Oh, you're a double racist, Charles. Anyways, my friends, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to run some errands that I need to do, cook up something for my little one, and then get it to work on that video for you guys. I should have it out later. Yeah, just make sure you have your notifications on, and maybe I'll drop a note in the community tab when it goes live so you guys know. But yeah, we should just let everyone know that Harry and Meghan are nothing but failures. And just because you pose a couple photos pretending like you're in love with each other after having like 10 drinks, right? Because that's the only way you can look like you're in love. We're not buying it. That's all I'm saying. Some of us may have been born at night, but we weren't born last night. I'm just saying. That's all. Anyways, my darlings, thank you so much for being here. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you. I know there's many channels on here that you can go and check out, but you guys come and spend a few minutes with me, listen to my rant, and I will always appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys say hello or say goodbye to the mods, hit the like button on your way out, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care, my darlings. Have a good one. Bye.